In this lesson, we're going to take a look at acceptable assignment questions. Now, acceptable assignment questions are often the first question you're going to encounter on any logic game. In fact, for about 75% of your games, or 3 out of the 4 games on any given LSAT, that first question for each of the logic games is going to be an acceptable assignment question. Now, what I mean by acceptable assignment is that for each of the answers in these questions, you're going to have presented to you a different way of filling out your diagram. So here's one way for answer choice A, putting in all of our entities, a different way for B, and you have to pick the one that is acceptable. And by acceptable, it means it's not breaking any of your rules. So it fits into your diagram, you're plugging in all of your entities, and none of the rules are broken. Let's take a look at some question stems so that you can see how to identify this type of question. And once we know how to identify it, we'll come back and I'll show you a very quick way of dealing with this type of question so you know exactly what to do when you see one. Here's some question stems for acceptable assignment questions. Which one of the following could be the assignment of parking spaces to the new employees? Which one of the following could be the assignment of the ambassadors? Which one of the following could be the order in which the vehicles are serviced from Monday through Saturday? So as we saw in each of those question stems, each of them is asking you which of your answer choices is an acceptable assignment of your entities into your diagram. And when you look to your answer choices, you're going to see that each of them presents you with a possible way of putting your entities into your diagram. And you're looking for the correct answer, which is going to be the one that doesn't break any of your rules. So it gets your entities into your diagram without breaking any of your rules. And all your wrong answers, they're going to break at least one of your rules. So that plays into how we're going to solve this type of question. And we're going to solve it by taking one rule at a time and applying it to all of your answer choices. So we start with rule number 1. We apply it to each of our answer choices and cross off any answer that breaks that rule. Then you go on to rule number 2. Apply it to each of your remaining answer choices. Don't waste time with the ones you've already crossed off. And cross off any answers that now violate rule number 2. And so on with each of your rules until you've eliminated all but one answer choice. And that one remaining answer choice doesn't break any rules. That's your correct answer. Now, occasionally, you will be left with 2 answer choices. You've applied all your rules, eliminated 3 out of the 5, and there's 2 left. In this case, it means you've missed something. It means there's something in your diagram. For example, maybe they've listed out a maximum number of entities or a minimum number of entities in a particular group or fitting into your diagram, or you were given a frequency, like you had to use every one of your entities at least once or at least twice or no more than twice. These are all elements of your diagram and they're essentially rules of your diagram. So if you're left with 2 answer choices, it means you need to go back to your diagram and look for these other elements that you've included in there, like that frequency or a maximum or a minimum, and apply that like a rule to your last remaining answer choices and eliminate the one that breaks that rule. And then you'll be left with your one answer choice. That's your correct answer choice. Now, that doesn't happen very often, but if you are left with 2 answer choices, that's the approach you have to take. Go back and look to your diagram for something that you've missed.